Three, two, one. Mr. Run and Jump. And there we are. Hey, everybody. We're back. It's Matt from Graphite and John from Graphite with yet another Mr. Run and Jump stream. Today's going to be exciting. We're going to get into some Green World, and because I finished Blue in the last stream. But before we get into that, John, how's the week been for you? I know we streamed on launch day, which feels like weeks ago. It's just like 2 or 3 days. How's the day been going, or how's the week been going?
It really does feel like it's been like 3 weeks or something since we launched. But it's been going good, man. You know, we see reviews coming in. We got more of that. You know, that's all been good. We got, you know, exciting stuff like I'm doing. You know, we were on the SML podcast yesterday talking about Run and Jump.
That's good.
I'm doing like local public radio interviews talking about Run and Jump. So you know, if you're in the St. Louis area, keep an eye out or keep an ear out.
There you go.
For we've got tomorrow we've got Mo Game Con, also local St. Louis video game convention. We'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be at the booth. If someone's listening, come by, say hi. And then our buddy Jeff Gerstmann today streamed as part of his show.
How was that?
I mean, that was exciting for me. You know, I'm an old school Giant Bomb fan, right? So, and I've been, you know, paying attention, I guess, to the various works of Jeff Gerstmann for, you know, quite a while, quite a long time. So, you know, I used to be like a religious listener of the Bombcast, and I listened to his new show. So, I mean, it's cool, man. And he seemed to like it. You know, he walked away with good feelings, which was really nice. So, I mean, that makes it all the more sweeter.
Yeah, know? Right. That'd be kind of bittersweet. You hear about people meeting their heroes, and or I don't know, maybe not just like average people connections, but like, you know, you meet somebody and you know they're like, oh, what do you like this thing that I did? And they're like, no, it's terrible. And then all of a sudden you're like, no. I guess it would be like, you know, you meet Michael Jordan and you're like, you know, you played basketball or something. He's like, you're terrible at basketball. And you're like, no, Mike, I wanted to be good. I don't know. Yeah.
Did you ever meet anyone that you looked up to and you're like, has that ever happened to you? Like,
no,
met anyone
usually it's like kind of like a joke in movies or something. Like I saw it in a TV series where a journalist writer meets somebody that was like a hero of theirs, and they did an article about them. And I guess the famous person perceived the article as nasty. So anyway, it's scripted, it's drama, but the interaction goes, oh, you're like my hero. I even wrote about you. And then the famous person is like, whoa, that was you? Like, that was such a hack job. Like, you tore me apart. And it, like, you know, it's like really dramatic. But no, I've never met anybody where they were like, what game did you make? And I was like, I don't know. I made Hive Jump. And they're like, man, that thing is trash. Like,
oh, that sucks.
Yeah, no.
Hive Jump? Oh, boy.
Yeah. Ugh, you made that? I wouldn't tell anybody that you made that, you know, piece of trash. No, everybody's been
and you've made some real trash in your career.
Hey, man.
People found out the kind of stuff you've made. Ooh, man.
I know, right? Don't go Googling.
I'm just teasing.
But I have had moments where I'm like, you know, I'll meet somebody and I'm like, oh, I love the type of games that you guys do. And then they ask me what I do. And I'm like, we were making some kid game for a while. And they're like, ugh, that must be terrible. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I have kids. They like these brands. They go play them. That's fulfilling. And they're like, I don't know, man. Whatever you say. Like, I've had some real asshole jerks. Real crush'ems, you know, some real bullfrogs. You know, it's just like, I think like real, true, I'm going to be a little bit pious here, but like, if you love games, like, see the appreciation in all kinds of games, right? Quality for its own sake. Like, I get that some games aren't for everybody, but, you know, to just like crap on a certain genre, like, just because, I don't know. They'd always rub me the wrong way.
It's weird, especially if you're like, oh, I make things for kids. Like it'd be like, oh yeah, I make toys for kids, and then someone's like,
yeah, what the hell for?
Okay,
you know, like,
buddy.
I didn't say I like work in like missile defense or like for the IRS. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
I made like games that everybody's 6-year-old probably loves, and this guy's like looking down on me, like, But look, man. In those days, we were working on the GBA, and people would look at the GBA as like a less than system. Like, if you're not working over here, you're not cool. And I thought the GBA was awesome. The GBA and the DS, two of my favorite platforms. So it was.
That's kind of that's kind of interesting. I feel like nowadays there's a lot of reverence for the GBA. You know,
just takes
and
time.
Maybe it's just one of those things. Like like the march of time. Like people remember like the great things about the GBA. But but it's interesting to hear people, because I was pretty young when that thing was around. So it's not like I was like reading magazines and paying that close attention.
Well, and like now I've got players coming up or fans coming up, and they're in like their late teens, and I'll tell them some of the games we made, and they're like, oh, I remember playing that when I was like 6. That was like the first video game I ever had. And so it takes a while for that kind of reverence to mature, and that kind of maturity to grow. And we really loved the things we made. Okay, compare that with when I was growing up. Some of the toys that I played with, you talk to the teams who built those toys, and the teams are the ones that are like, ugh, we hated that junk. Like, we hated the work. Oh, that was such a terrible version of so-and-so. And I'm like, dude, that was my childhood. Like, I loved it. Like, and they're like, the creators are disgusted by like the massively popular TV show that I loved growing up or something. So there's a little bit of that that's kind of weird too. But that's life, man. Maybe someday, you have some fan coming up to you and being like, you know what I really loved? I loved Play-Doh Create ABCs. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. That was a good one.
That was a great one, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, that happened too. We're working on, mobile stuff. That same group of developers out in the world was like, oh, you're working on mobile? That must be terrible. Whatever. I like games. John.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of games, while we talk, should I go ahead and get started on Green World?
Yeah, man. Get in there.
Here we go. You need to do an announcer's voice, like, previously on Lost. Previously on Mr. Run and Jump. Our duo, Mr. Run and Jump and Leap, narrowly escaped the void.
Yeah,
etc. etc.
I mean, that could be Mr. Watch and Learn pops up, and and that's what he sounds like. It's like
his super bassy.
Yeah, right. Dude, I've wanted to do a game with like the Sega thing where they'll kind of be like, you load up like Super Monkey Ball and you get that announcer at the beginning, and they're like, Super Monkey Ball, or like the Resident Evil guy, where you start Resident Evil and he's like, Resident Evil. I was thinking about like, oh man, we should do something like that for Run and Jump, but I just didn't do it. Yeah. But could you imagine like getting in there, like you'd start the game and be like, Mr. Run and Jump, something crazy like that.
It's very like Namco-ish, like, because Namco has that like just for their logo, like Namco. Yeah,
totally.
But yeah, man, I'm down.
First introduction of the Munchum.
I know, I saw that guy. Let's go. I mean, I'm surprised I narrowly escaped. Yikes. That was that sounds pretty visceral.
We kind of we embrace, I guess, the Kaizo Mario tradition of you jump on this thing and then whoops, it's alive, and then it comes out and gets you. So a lot of it's a lot of like here's a kind of the Guardians in the Blue World fulfill this role to some extent too. Only they're a little more visible, but where it's like, oh, you land on the space and it's safe for a very temporary time, and then you got to get out of there. And Munchums just add that element of surprise in them. So since we're in this kind of toxic jungle land, is Green World, we thought it'd be a good place. I don't think we've talked about it, but each world we kind of had, they have like their themes applied to them, but they're visual themes, but then we tried to also emphasize like gameplay themes as well. So like I think Violet World is just introduction, right? Blue World is like, hey, can we, getting you to chain your combos together and all that, like, learning the mechanics and all.
Yeah.
And then this one we get into like concealment and surprise was kind of the theme for this world.
Mr. Run Jump looks like he's just like hiding behind a leaf, like he's changing his clothes or something. I don't know. I get the giggles playing this. The more with his backwards hat and everything, he's like Mr. Teen Wise Cracker Run and Jump. I don't know. Wise Cracker. I don't know what word to say on what
Are you talking like Steve Buscemi, like Hello Fellow Kids or whatever?
Well, yeah, like I don't know. Something like that. He's just funny looking in the best way. What's up, Kyle? I'm glad that my devastation can bring you joy. I want Raithel to go to the end of 3-3. I will survive. I'm not gonna fall for your tricks, you rogue. I did.
Yeah, Kyle did all. He designed all of World 3. So
nice.
So we got the level designer in the chat.
Nice. Shouldn't be too bad. I don't know why I'm getting the gems. We're not gonna do a gem run right now, because that's craziness. Oh my gosh, Kyle. I'm just gonna yell at Kyle the whole time.
He's here. He can do it.
He's brought it upon himself. That's Mr. Watch and Learn's voice. Oh my, Kyle. What do we call a collection of munchums? Can we call it a manifestation of munchums?
It's not bad.
Those of you that didn't join us on stream yesterday, we are talking about collections of groups of things like a murder of crows or whatever. And I want to know what you guys would call a collection of munchums. Hit me up in chat. A feast of munchums.
East. That's pretty good.
Good to see you, Artifice. A feast is good too, yeah. I feel like I'm... That's pretty...
Oh god, mukbang of munchums. Do you even know, Raithel, has that entered your world?
What?
A mukbang?
No, what's that? Tell me.
It's like a stream. It's like a stream where people eat, but they eat
yeah.
kind of like floppy and loud ways.
Yeah, why is this a thing? They're on Patreon and stuff too, right? And like,
oh yeah, I'm sure.
And like the adult one of Patreon, we all know what that one's called.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, if you say so. But yeah, why?
Don't pretend like you don't know. Come on,
dude. Like, there's so much that I know because
whatever they call it. I don't know. Something.
It's because.
I don't know.
Look, if you're on the internet, you all know these things. Like, you can't not know these things. I can run into an 8-year-old in like the grocery store, and they would know all this stuff. I had some 8-year-old kid want to, talk about game design and stuff, and I was like, yeah, you can record audio, and here's how you put audio in your game. And they're like, oh, could I do ASMR stuff on this? And I'm like, isn't it like 8? Like, are you like listening to people crack popcorn in your ear? Like, what's going on? Anyway. So this, can I say mukbang? This is like people that just munch like in a microphone?
Yeah, it's like they probably come in various forms, but they'll have like a big thing, like a big spread of food, and it's like them, eating to a microphone. It is like I think playing on that ASMR quality.
I hate hearing people eat. What's the opposite of mukbang?
Misophonia.
Is it really?
That's like that's like when you have like the like sounds give you like the nails on a chalkboard sensation.
Yeah.
So if you're like, you hear someone eat and they're like,
yeah,
sorry, that was funny. That bullfrog got your ass.
What is this?
Didn't even see it coming.
It's funny. We're not doing challenge runs today, so Oops, that was a sloppy jump. Oh, I've played. Okay, it's been a while, but I remember this one. Because I was testing these. Apparently not very well. I think I'm dead because I think I need a double jump unless I.
Yeah, you get it back on these
The pads, yeah.
platforms.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah, the one-use platforms introduced here in World 2
Yeah.
are nice. They're good. I like those as a kind of level design tool.
Yeah.
Because it's like here's a thing, but you got to make it count. Maybe it's a little cruel. Some people won't like them, but I think they're neat. I think they're fun.
Yeah. Swoop. Oh man. Can I just say that like the timing delay on the Munchums feels great to me, because it's like your brain gets the process for like a half second, like the slight indication, and then you're like, I better get out of here, which is good. Like, I dig it.
Thank you. Didn't even
Saw
see it
that coming. I did too. I just wasn't as quick on the trigger.
You walked right into it.
Ha ha, Kyle. I hope with this run, I just make you miserable. That would mean that I am successful. Whoa, I was getting up there. Ooh.
Whoa.
Munchkins are good.
Ugh. Knew it. Don't
Man, would you say
don't critique my emergent behavior, John.
No,
sorry.
I mean,
What are you saying?
I was gonna ask, do you find it easy or not easy to be green?
I had a little trouble hearing you. Say easy or not easy to what?
Be green?
To be green? I think green's just fine. I think it's good.
I don't think you got it either, Kyle.
No, I got the joke. Like Kermit, it ain't easy to be green.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Well, how do I get through there? Oh, I gotta tempt him.
Yeah, that's right.
I gotta tempt him with some delightful morsels.
Mm-hmm.
Can I request? Let's make a whole new build of the game. No, I'm just kidding. Mr. Run and Jump 2. I want a ground pound. I want to zip zap down flat. Ooh.
Yeah, I think that would be. I remember I think I thought about that for a while, but I forget why. Maybe it just didn't quite make sense with the schema we have. But
yeah, no, I mean I think it's a good. I think it's always a good thing to have a few extra, like, ooh, this would be great for a sequel, right? It shows that there's potential beyond just what the, what this was. But yeah. Kyle says, Matt, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over. I think that's a false internet statement. I don't think that's insanity at all. Doing the same thing over and over is commitment, determination. Don't look at me that way, Griffin. I just feel like I'm going to die right here. Hey. No, that's... Oh, man, I gotta do this whole section again, only to be bitten by the Crush'em. Yeah. You ever just, like, do something so, like, devastatingly stupid, you're just like, that wasn't me.
Oh, probably.
I have today. All right, I want yay. I knew that timing was bad. Wow. All right, now here's what I'm gonna talk this one through, like a programming duck. But first, Artifice says, Mr. Crawl and Fall. Yeah, it could happen. Everything on the internet is true. Kyle, I'm in danger. Roll jump. Roll jump? Shh.
Well done.
Kyle's played this game before.
That's it. I never, I don't usually see people get stuck there, I feel.
Oh, I would have, that's the nicest way you've ever called me an idiot, John. John. Nope.
Ooh, so close. Yeah, we kind of embrace this principle, with our jump combos and all that. Something I harped on a lot to the designers was the idea of like, I want the player to feel like they have to learn how to fly.
Yeah.
Right. And I think Kyle really embraced that kind of with this, with this last revision of the levels that we did. And so, there's a lot of points in Green World that have kind of this feel where it's like this real narrow kind of, tunnels of spikes, and you got to figure out how to just like chain all these things together to get through it.
Yeah. I was trying to listen, trying to jump. I was like, I'm in a safe place here in the middle of some like deadly spikes and just get munched. Yeah, I see all you people in chat laughing. Show me how to do it better. MrRunandJump.com. Get it on Steam. Pull it off your wish list and put your thumbs where your mouth is. Oh, I want to rest there, Kyle. I want to rest. I want to collect my thoughts. Oh, that would be fun. Oh my god. You know what I feel like? I feel like what's happening here is Kyle's saying, no, do it my way right now. Do it this way. I want you to jump. I want you to dash. Almost like it's like a combo, right? It's like a Street Fighter combo.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a situation like this and you gotta wonder, like, why did they leave spikes off of that left wall over there?
I'm not wondering that at all, John. I want to do it my way. Okay, we fall. We leap. We don't. We fall. We double jump. We leap. We go here. We bounce. We zip.
Whoa,
we zap.
there
we
you
zoom.
go.
And we go. And we're done. And I swear, if the thing eats me, Kyle, I'm gonna come find you.
That's good.
Yeah, I know, man. I know they are. Look, this is like, they are there to lead you, and that's what makes this so satisfying, is once you see what has to be done, it really does click. So I think people approach this game as though you can just Mario your behind through things, like just run and throw shells and have a good time. You really have to play against the stage, like you have to see what it's offering you and play through it, which makes it, I think, really satisfying once you whip through it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I forget who it was. I saw a review comment on like the nature of some of these obstacles and how they can feel like puzzles almost, where you have to kind of look at what's in front of you and think about what you have. And we saw some of this in the Gerstmann stream where he's like, okay, do I high jump, then double jump, then dive? And it's like, no, I gotta dive, double jump, then dive. You know, it's kind of that type of situation.
For sure.
And yeah, it's like, as we were, making the game, I'm a big fan of puzzle games. Like I love a good puzzle. And so when we kind of, landed into kind of these situations, I'm like, I found it really engaging to kind of go and like try things and ponder and be like, like what actually can I do to get through here?
Yeah.
And that can be tricky, right? Because it's like with a game like this where it's so execution heavy, you run into the question of like, oh, is this the solution, or am I just I'm doing it wrong, or am I just totally off and this isn't the solution?
Right.
And I think that's a hard problem to solve, you know. But we tried to do our best. You know, we do a lot of things like the obstacles kind of help usher you through the level in specific ways. You know, we try to set up like, you know, if there's like a narrow passage with spikes, you know, what can you do that gets you, you know, somewhat horizontally through there? And it's like, okay, that's either a dive or a long jump or whatever.
Yeah.
And then same with like the shards. You know, we tried very hard to paint in certain spots, like, hey, if there's like a cluster of shards here, maybe that means, you know, get to that spot and wall jump off of there or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Or if there's like a path that a shard path that makes like here's like a nice little like, you know, hump there, like go, and then if you dive there and it mimics the path of your dive motion, then you know, it's just a whole bunch of stuff there to kind of subtly guide you. And I think once you can realize that, I feel like we should have something I would change is maybe having maybe watch and learn point that out a couple times, because I feel like we leave that up to the player's interpretation. And maybe if there was a good watch and learn, at least maybe we could be like, you know, hey, pay attention to some of the stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh. Whoa.
Hello, you diamonds. Hey, hi, and I'm just gonna.
That's a fun obstacle. I like that, like clock.
Alright, so we go here.
The clock is nice because it's not bad to just get over it. It looks really intimidating, but you can just high jump over it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to actually engage with it until you want 100% and get all the collectibles.
Yeah, I think definitely.
And then it's like
this. Well, Blue felt that way. Here's I gotta say the sentence and then I'll qualify. But this one definitely feels like when I'm ready to go through and get shards, like it is going to, you know, it's really gonna test what I've got. And Blue felt that way too, but after I played through it, you know, again, you're solving some of these puzzles, and I mean, once you see the solution, like a lot of these games, it's like, oh, I can just get better and better at doing that thing now that I know what's happening. But yeah.
That's kind of another thing I wish we maybe call more attention to in the game is something like, you know, watch and learn could point out and be like, hey, if these shards are hard, man, just come back to it later, you know.
Come on back, try it later, man.
Yeah, totally. Like if we emphasize that a little more, people might be, because we get a lot of feedback of how difficult the game is, and and I really stand by, like, you know, it's something I think when you do have to spend kind of a lot of time with it and really get a feel for the controls before, you know, some of these, you know, shard obstacles make sense. And if we just call attention to it a little more and be like, you know, hey, look, you know, these will all still be here when you get back. And you don't have to get them all.
We could, Mr. Watch and Learn becomes like a really like, it's not passive aggressive, but like just my mom used to say that stuff to me and I hated it. Like, you sound like you need to take a break, you know, like I get all upset and I'd be like wanting to throw the controller. My mom would be like, it's time for you to take a break, son. You're not making good choices. I'm like, shut up. I gotta beat this.
I do that too. Sometimes where it's just like, I'm just like slamming my fist on this desk. I'm like, God, mother. And I'm like, I can think to myself, like, this isn't good. I need to stop. But
I can't do
But
it.
then also I'm like, but if I just try like one more time, I'll be done with this. I'll never have to load this part again.
Right.
Uh, yeah, it's tricky. Mental health, it's hard.
Oh my
I'll tell
gosh. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to jump now.
you. Whoa.
I feel like I got a little mercy on that one. I thought that thing would hit me.
Yeah, in that spot I like to go get close to it, double jump, kind of hover in midair, and then dive over.
Oh, good choice. Good choice. Let's get
It's
close.
me. Yeah, that's how I like to play.
Oh my gosh, a little sloppy here. I feel like I'm like not getting the jump that I'm supposed to. Like I'm shy of the blue. Am I supposed to double jump there? I guess so. Yeah, it's fine.
I've had a lot of trouble with that particular jump as well.
Just it's all right. Oh gosh, I'm not going up there. I'm taking the wimpy route. This way?
I've had a lot of
This one's a
lot of
tricky
trouble
one.
with this particular jump as well.
I think this one's in the trailer, isn't it?
Yeah,
I feel like it is.
yeah, totally.
I remember playing this one too and being like, hey, can you actually... There it is. Just, it's a little bit... You have to really get to the edge of... No, not that. Hiya, hiya. Zip and zoop. Not hitting my...
It's
there it
really
is.
like land hit, you know.
Yeah, I got you now. Hiya. I'd like to call out how fast the respawn rates are in Mr. Run and Jump. It is... Where is my dive move? Dive. Dive, Mr. Run and Jump. There we go. Hiya, hiya. Hiya, hiya. Am I doing? What other button can I press to dive? Oh, I could just cheese it. That star looks tempting. Did I use a star in blue?
You know?
I think I used a star in blue. Did I not?
No.
No.
You were thinking about it, I think, on the stream yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
was it right at the very end? You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta go. Maybe I'll just use the star, but then you didn't. Or maybe I was wrong. I forget. I forget. Maybe it was the Tuesday stream. I forget, but it was something. Whoa.
Oh, Matt, you took the wrong... Well, I'll at least get that going for me.
Yeah, get that checkpoint.
There we go. Ooh, take that, Kyle. Will I be the one to break Raithel and make him use a star? No, I mean, it's good stuff, man. Well, I don't know. I've got one more green left. We'll see. What do you got to say, Mr. Run and Jump? All right, John, you get to come up with a voice for Mr. Run and Jump. Read. On your mark, get set, go.
Watch and learn.
Yeah, Mr. Watch and Learn.
I've been thinking. These power gems you found are very curious things. Were they spawned during the transformation? Or were they always here?
Well done.
Cat's like, what have you done? What have you done to my boy?
God, I massacred my boy. I don't know if Cat knows Kyle, but what do you think Kyle will or Colin would like it? Colin will appreciate my death. I know death's coming. All right, I'm getting here just fine. I feel like I'm going to I feel like I'm gonna want to long jump, single jump, long jump, dive, double jump. Long jump dive. Long jump dive.
Whoa.
I feel like I was doing it, but man, that is a heck of a leap. Alright. Oops. Whoopsies. Fine, 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 fine. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Long jump, dive, jump. Yeah, 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 yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Don't
Well
mess with
done.
me, Kyle. I feel like you're messing with me right now. This looks too safe.
I was sure that Guardian was going to get you.
No, I saw him peeking. Look at him creeping. It's all squishy and animating, squashing and stretching. Was that it, Kyle? Was that your trick? I'm
Greatest
wise.
trick child ever pulled.
I'm wise to your tricks. I hear them chompers chomping. I see your crush'ems crushing. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, we
yeah.
didn't talk about the gnats. Gnats were introduced
Oh yeah.
in the last level.
Oh yeah. So what's their official name?
Gnats. That's
Gnats. So that probably has like a real like group word, doesn't it?
it. Probably, yeah.
Like an annoyance,
Yeah.
a flock, collection,
The
a
irritation of gnats.
congress of.
But yeah, those enemies saw the most revisions
Yeah.
of any of them. Those ones in the design doc, we wrote them down. They were supposed to be they were kind of like mid-air thwomps almost, or sorry, crush'ems. I mean, but they were meant to be like they were meant to be like they would have like triggers around them, and you would get into those triggers, and then they'd start zipping back and forth.
Oh right.
To kind of like jump out at you. But we found it was tough to make. I forget all the details, but it was tough to make interesting scenarios with them, and they were like, it was tough to get like the trigger distances right, and it was tough to like, okay, like what do you do with these things? Like, you know, you have to like, okay, I'll jump into their trigger and then double jump to hover and then try to like get through. Like, it just made it was like a limiting, you know, there was like a limited set of possible like solutions you could have to, you know, a gnat in the environment with that way. So we tried out a couple other things and eventually just kind of landed on this where they're like skulls more or less, but their timing is different.
Yeah.
You know, they just and they can move to more than 2 spots, so they'll zip around, and if you're kind of in their path, they'll get you. Oh yeah, look at this.
What? That is quite the Congress of Gnats there. Ooh. Little frog buddies.
This is a fun room too.
Yeah, this is nice. Ooh. Whoa. Ooh, I got something for you. Oh. Oh. Yep. Haha.
Well done.
I do love that rolling, what do we call that? A yip? Not a yeet, a yip.
What, the long jump? I think that was the yeet.
Yeah, the long jump's the yeet. No, I like the rolling this guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I call it the Brendan Chapman because Brendan can do those really well.
Yeah, that's the Chapman maneuver.
It's an interesting log there. Hello, log. Whoa, wait, I'm in the challenge room. What the?
It's all good. It's good to pop in those and just get the checkpoint.
Yeah, but I'm let me see. Where am I supposed to be going down then, I guess?
Yeah.
That's fun. Roasting my backside on the wall. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hot Wheels. Let's get out of there.
Yeah, there's tons of great little pockets of like extra stuff for shards in World 3.
Yikes.
So I'll say, you know, for the people at home, if you're looking at this game and you are into it, you know, get out of here. You know, get out of here and go buy it, and you can play later. But if you can't buy it now, rest assured that watching this, you know, there's still plenty of extra challenges and extra, you know, shard things and challenge rooms and everything. Plenty of extra content for you to enjoy. Oh man, that was great.
I get that it was my fault. It's clearly marked.
The cracks are right there. Come on.
I blame Kyle. It's not a punishing one though. Like that room, it's pretty easy to get through. So like, if you're gonna like have those little like baits there, which psychologically is pretty fascinating. You see the, what is it, the little portal, and you're like, I've got it. But yeah, with that room getting through it again, I was like, all right, it's pretty comfortable. So, you know, if that was like a 50 jump, like super twitchy room, and then you snap them at the end, like,
yeah, Kyle points out that room is really hard if you go for the shards.
Fair play is, I guess, what I'm trying to say there.
Don't slow down.
Don't mind if I do.
There you go.
Ooh. How about
so, man, are you naturally a completionist? Like, if
Me?
there are collectibles in a level like this, do you feel compelled to get them?
No. I mean, maybe when I was younger, but not nearly as much now. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm doing there. So, I mean, I can't say that I am. No, not anymore. I think when I was younger, I would be more focused on a game at a time just because, you know, resources were different and games were more expensive then. Like, I can walk out and buy a game for $5, $50. Hell, there's games sell for $99 now, right? So, like, the price of a game, the pace of game is all different. So, but man, when I was younger, you could rent a game, and so you might not have time to complete everything. You had to rush through it. Or, you know, you'd buy something and you'd have it forever, so it would, you know, you'd have it and play it, and, you know, I'd play a couple hours a day when I was a kid. It's just different economics of it all now, and there's not a lot of games that I will complete anymore. In fact, the last game that I feel like I truly 100%ed, this probably isn't the real answer, but the one that comes to mind is like the Donkey Kong Country series. It's like Donkey Kong Country Returns and all that sort of thing, where it's like, you know, it's not a lot to collect, but there's the DK coins and all that other stuff. And I remember going through and doing that 100% with like the extra challenge maps at the end and all that. So, yeah. But
yeah, I did the same thing with Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
I rang that game dry. I loved it.
Yeah.
Did everything. But yeah, I find it really varies from game to game, right? And it really, ooh man,
that was good.
That was good. It really kind of depends. I don't know. There's some kind of psychological aspect to just certain things, where like I'm playing Pikmin 4 now, and the fact that it kind of gives you, you know, there are like big areas that you explore in that game, and the fact that it gives you like a completion percentage on each one of them, where it's like, you know, you collect all the treasure. find all the guys and everything. Like something about like that is really making me want to like get the 100% marker on all of them. But then there's also in that game you do like the nighttime excursions, and you get like a special thing for it. And those I don't really care too much about. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I really have to like define my terms when it comes to big games or games like that, where like some things I just don't care all that much. Like something like a big dumb thing like Assassin's Creed. Like I don't care. Like it's just I'll be like, yeah, just show me like the story like that.
Yeah.
But and I don't care about any of the side stuff. But sometimes there will be side stuff I care about, and I don't know. It really is tricky.
Sorry, I'm quietly focused because I feel like I'm getting close, and oh man, that's not what I meant to do. This, give me the right distance. There we go. There you go. And oh boy. Ooh. Oh, one of these. Old school. Oh gosh, not what I want to do. Reminds me of Quick Man.
This is a tough room. This room saw a lot of revisions.
2.
I remember Kyle and I would go back and forth on this quite a bit.
1, 2. Oh man, I can do it. 1, 2. Oh, Raithel, that's not at all what I meant to do. 1, 2, and left and right, and
Whoa.
I feel like I'm getting close though. Maybe not. 1 little dash. There we go. Yeah, not bad. It's fine. It's very learnable. Not what I wanted to do at all. How about that? This. Slow and low that. Oh, yeah. How about just forget get over there. Run and jump, man. Alright, yeah. Yeah.
Don't know.
No problem. No problema. Yikes. On my tail. Oh, yikes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and yeah and yeah and yeah and yeah and yeah.
I think this was a room we had to kind of rework how the gnats worked, because they would move so fast because they travel such a long distance that they would just skip over the player, and you could just like stand there and they wouldn't be able to hit you just because they're like their hitbox like teleports when they move real fast from like here to here, and if you stand right in here, you're safe.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Well done.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's fun, like just really busting like the leaps at the end. That happens in Voids as well. I don't remember as much in Blue, Void, Purple, and Violet, where you just like you get a room where you just get to like just run and jump and run and jump, without a whole lot of like tricks and stuff. Yeah. Barry's streaming Mr. Run and Jump right now. I bet Barry didn't rock Green Void like I just did.
I checked in. It looks like he's on Violet World.
All right, cool. Well, Barry, so we're on our last 10 minutes. Maybe we can raid our buddy Barry in the next 10 minutes or so. All right, well, we've got 10 minutes. I think I might save yellow for next week, and then I don't know. I'm gonna save my challenge orbs. Maybe I'll let's do a little blue shard run. If Barry's on Violet, let's just get my shard game cleaned up with the next 10 minutes that we've got. John, you want to tell the kind people in chat where Mr. Run and Jump is sold?
Mr. Run and Jump is sold everywhere that video games can be procured. Unless I guess you're in like a Walmart or a Target, you can't get it there yet. But maybe one day. But yeah, Mr. Run and Jump. It is on Xbox. It is on PlayStation. It is on Nintendo Switch. It is available for the personal computer via Steam and the Epic Game Store. Also, it is available on the Atari VCS.
Mm-hmm.
It is available for $24.99. It is getting 10 out of 10s. It is getting 9 out of 10s. It's getting 8 out of 10s. People love it. People can't get enough. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it.
Speaking of frenzy, Monday is July 31st. You want to tell everybody what happens July 31st in regards to the 2600 version?
The frenzy continues on physical cartridge. No, yeah. So, you know, I feel like, you know, we say this all the time, but Mr. Run and Jump is this version is the modern version of the original game, which is a game that I made for the Atari 2600, the old console. That version, the classic version, is being sold by Atari. It is getting printed onto cartridges that you'll be able to buy on their store for a limited time. So those are officially going on sale. Yeah, Monday. Those will be up for pre-order. You go and pre-order it. They'll ship you a physical thing. You know, it's a little like plastic box. It looks like this, and then you put that into an old computer, and you know, you hit a button, and then you can play the original Mr. Run and Jump, the classic version of this.
Which is pretty awesome that they're going through those steps. You also wrote a game manual for that classic version, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah,
Which
so
will
you'll
be
get a box, you'll get a manual, you'll get kind of the whole 9 yards.
It's really cool. I'm looking forward to getting it. I know that some of the retro game press have been getting some promotional copies and have been sending out pictures of it. I haven't actually seen it like in person yet, but I'm excited to see how those turn out because they look great. Graphite artist Phil Snowbarger did the cover art, the box art, which is pretty cool to have that little bit of trivia going on too.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's crazy exciting, right? Like it's something. It's really something that just you know, doesn't happen for a lot of people, a lot of games. Like, you know, a lot of games just don't. You know, most games don't get any kind of physical release. You know, let alone, you know, the hardworking men and women developing homebrew console or console games.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely lucky, extremely fortunate to kind of be in this situation.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I hope fans like it.
Definitely, I'd say, you know, yeah. I always love that. I always love. It's like, here's this really old classic game, and then here's like the new version. Like I remember, is it Monster Boy? Was like a Master System game, and then they did like a remake of it for the Switch, and they have like that button that lets you swap between the two art styles, so you can see.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's what it was on the Genesis, or sorry, the Master System, and then here's what it looks like now. I always love when games do that, and you know, Run and Jump's not going to do that, but you can kind of have that set up.
Yeah.
Although the levels aren't the same, they're not analogous in that way, but just seeing that kind of nuts evolution, you know, going from something as old as the 2600 to now.
Sure.
I always really like, you know, looking at that. We're having a hard time on this Violet world. Huh?
Well, I'm. Oh my gosh, I'm doing. Feel like I'm doing fine. It's like there's just like little ones like that where it's like it's easy to get them, but I mean, again, you do it the right way, it's easy. You try to do it the wrong way 100 times, and it's like you're gonna have a bad time. So, I've not really found anything in the game yet that, like, if I don't just slow down and like chill and think about what I'm doing. But yeah, what's up, LPK 425? Thanks for joining the stream. It's good to have you back. It's been a while since you've been on. You missed some of the later levels. I promise that we've been streaming more than just Purple World, just Violet. But I'm getting some shards now. So, just, you know, getting all these bright, flashy blueies.
Yeah, we're on cleanup duty.
Oh no, not these. These are these are terrible. I hate these ones.
These are like, yeah, like
Get ready
subtly
for some
like,
painting.
yeah, like the hardest thing in the game is getting these.
They really aren't. It's just like, I don't know why my brain doesn't put together the steps to get them conveniently and easily. Yeah. So if you just, I mean, just zip,
There
zoop.
you go.
Weep.
Hey,
It's because,
whoa,
I think it's because when you are in the air, I feel like a dash gets you out of like every problem, and it doesn't. It puts you into spikes. That's what happens. And that's what makes those so tough. If I would just lay off the darn dash button, I'd be fine. But I can't. I just have to dash everywhere. You son of a... Sorry, Mr. Run and Jump.
I think you could still get that.
Really?
I want to say, yeah, if you do a high jump, dash, double jump, dash, I think you can get up through that if you miss one.
Sorry, that was a little sloppy. Let me do this one right.
It's like,
So just high jump.
ideally you want to, yeah, high jump and then dash to
Yeah.
get them all. But if you miss one, you can still backtrack, I think.
I feel like I'm missing that guy a lot. Maybe I'm not lining it up perfectly. Yeah, that one's not... Something about my particular timing is not getting... Whoa, that's too much. Let's try this again. All right. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, 2 passes, never kill anybody. We're on our last 2 minutes. I'm gonna finish this stage, get all my blues, and then is Barry still playing? Great. Well, we'll go raid Barry, and have a good time with that.
Yeah. Yeah, he had like, I looked, he had like 300 people plus playing.
Hey, way to go, Barry. Oh no, well then I better
he was
hurry
playing
up.
too.
A lot of pressure on me to get my blues so that we don't lose Barry. Come on, Barry.
Come on, Raithel. Don't
Raithel.
screw it up.
Raithel.
Don't panic.
Put my hat on backwards.
Whatever you do, don't panic.
Yeah. 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 Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of craving today. I'm like, man, I really want to play the game. I was kind of thinking maybe I get to watch everyone else play. I'm like, man, I want to get in there. Maybe I'll do my own 100% playthrough one day. Maybe I'll take the stream setup home with me.
Yeah. You I mean, you can just stream in your own setup. We need to get all of the dev team whitelisted in case they do stream. Then it should hit the dev feed. So there's a little dashboard. We just have to click a few buttons, and then presto, you are you can do like the. I know. I was resetting the.
Sorry.
No, I'm no dummy, John. I know that I'm gonna die. I guess I didn't, but a little safety net. All right, come on, Raithel. Barry's waiting. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm not doing it that way. Go Blues. Yeah, why not? Go Blues. In fact, go Mr. Run and Jump. Oh man, there's some trinkets around here. Ugh. Dang it. Not
Are you a
great.
Blues fan? We're the Blues. Blues is hockey, right?
Dev debug. Hey, a game must be bugged if you keep dying. Yes. Yes, that's how it happens. Does this game have any secret wreck wings? I don't think so. You know, I don't know. I should ask. I don't think we really have we have any like Easter eggy stuff in Mr. Run and Jump, John? You don't have to say what it is, but
No, not really.
not really.
Unfortunately, we wanted to. We wanted to have more stuff like that. But
Yeah, we did. Oh my gosh, I failed so bad. I mean, there's definitely things that are like, we'll call it kind of like little dev inside jokes type of thing, but I don't know if there's anything like old school, like true Easter eggs. Like, I don't think John's face is hidden somewhere, but maybe it is. I don't know.
The cat knows some Easter eggs that I don't in White World.
Some decoration Easter eggs? Oh.
Huh.
Decorative Fabergé eggs?
Maybe, I don't know, cat spelled out her name in
Probably.
decor items or something. I don't know.
Oh, that one. I gotta go all the way back through. This is a
No,
test.
you can high jump and then double jump to get
Oh,
those.
smart. Thank you, John.
There you go.
Saves me some time. John's eager to get over to Barry. Let's go see what this guy is doing.
Hey, I'm cool to hang out. I figured you wanted to see Barry.
I do. I'm very excited. I like seeing people play the game for lots of people. That gives me a sense of validation that I need, John.
I'm right there with you.
Millions and millions of people shouting from the top of their lungs. Ooh, yay! Get away from me, bullfrog. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow, that's neat.
Very
Cat,
excited. What?
Here, let's not say Cat revealed what the Easter egg is. So don't say it. Only us in the chat will know.
Yeah.
So people who watch the VOD of this, you know, they'll have to
Oh,
figure
right.
it out.
Sneaky.
Don't you miss one? No.
It's like, what?
Good job.
Good job indeed.
Ooh,
Dev
you got a
Deadbug,
beanie.
welcome again to the chat. Nice to see you here. New hat unlocked. It's the beanie hat from South Park. It's not the Kyle, it's the Stan. Actually, they all wear
Yeah.
beanies, don't they? Would have been very ironic if it was a Kyle. And I could wear the beanie in Kyle's level. Easy. Yeah, not bad, man. All right, it is time. We went 4 over. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for keeping the chat lively. Thanks for wish listing and downloading Mr. Run and Jump. Thanks for telling your friends. And tune in next week, Friday. We may have some spontaneous streams throughout the week next week. Stay tuned for those. But certainly we'll be back here Friday giving Yellow World a try. So with nothing else, let's go raid some Run and Jump players, shall we? Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.